So let us continue with the next concept, which is called by reference concept. आपको कल एक एग्जाम्पल लिया था मैंने, in which we have seen something called as a swap function, right? Swap values ऐसा, right? 50 and 20 पास किया था. In that case, when you talk about swap values, तो do you remember main में से जब मैं function call कर रही थी, तो at that moment function activation record was getting generated. The values was initially passed as 50 and 20. Inside the function, it was 20 and 50. But when I came back to the main, original values, which were 50 and 20, were remaining same, 20 and 50. Do you remember this? Sorry, 50 and 20 only. Do you remember this? याद है क्या सबको? And what was the reason behind it? The reason behind that was this function activation record gets destroyed completely, and that was the main reason, right? Now, I have a main function in which I'll say I have two values, n1 and n2, right? So this is n1. I'll just change color. It's not visible correctly. So I'll say I have an n1 value. I'll say I have n2 value. Maybe which is having a value 40. Here it is having a value as 30. अब मुझे क्या करना है? जब मैं swap function को call करती हूँ, assume this is allocated the memory address as 1000 and this is allocated memory location, let us say, as 2000. Now, in this scenario, when I'm saying I wish to give a call to swap function, maybe swap numbers, in that case, I am passing n1 and I am passing n2 address. How the function is getting passed? By passing the address values. Now, can you please tell me when I pass the address values, तो address को fetch करने के लिए मुझे कौन चाहिए? To store the address, what we need a pointer. So I will say I will have, let us say, integer n1 or maybe num1, comma, integer pointer num2. So what will happen in this scenario? In my function activation record, there will be num1, there will be num2. Can you please tell me, are num1 and num2 are the normal variables or they are the pointer variables? Can you please tell me? They are the pointer variables. कैसे पता चला? Because मैंने num1 को pointer declare किया है. What is the capacity of pointer to store the address? Means can I say अगर मैं address of n1 pass करती हूँ तो that will go into pointer num1 and address of n2 pass किया it will go into address of num2. That means inside num1 now I will have 1000. Inside num2 I will have 2000. Do you all agree with this? Everyone. Right now, when we talk about, just a second. All right. So when we talk about writing the logic part, assume in my program, I'm writing integer temp, where I'm saying temp is equal to value at num1. Later on, I'm saying value at num1, num2 is equal to value at num1, right? Or num1 value is equal to num2. And finally, I'm saying value at num2 is equal to 10. What if I try to apply this logic? In that case, temporary variable will be first of all created into this function. This temporary variable is holding value at num1. Can you please tell me what is value at num1? Value at 1000. Value at 1000 is 40. Means can I say internally my temp is holding 40? Are you getting the first line of execution? Right? Later on, I'm saying value at num2 should be pointed to value at num1. What is value at num2? Value at 2000, which is 30, should go into value at num1, means address location this. Can I say this value, I'm making it as 30. Have you understood line number 2 execution? Line number 3, let us observe temp value should go into value of num2. What is temp value? 40. Where it should go? Address of num n2, that is 2000. 2000 ke content hai 30 and now it is getting passed as 40. Have you understood this statement correctly? Now the function call is over. This function activation record will get destroyed. I will come back to the calling area. Can you observe in this scenario, the values inside N1 and N2 were 40 and 30. After giving a function call, I have got the values as 30 and 40. Means, can I say the values are getting swapped? Right? It is only possible because of the concept of pointer. Since I have given a call to the function called as swap underscore number by passing the addresses, that's why this concept is called as call by address concept. समझ में आया? Everyone, did you understand the logic part and the swap part? Right? Now, let me write the code for the same. So let us say, it's a normal logic. You can use temporary variable too. I hope you remember function declaration, void swap num. I'll give integer pointer num1 and pointer integer pointer num2. Can I say here swap underscore num is a function name? Also, it is taking how many arguments? 2 arguments of type integer pointer. जब सिर्फ इंटीजर लिखते हो तो वो इंटीजर के होते हैं. इंटीजर पॉइंटर लिखा तो 2 आर्गुमेंट्स ऑफ टाइप इंटीजर. दिस इज कॉल्ड एज पासिंग पॉइंटर टू द फंक्शन एज अ आर्गुमेंट. नाउ आई विल डिफाइन द फंक्शनैलिटी. हाउ डू वी डिफाइन फंक्शनैलिटी? वी राइट अ फंक्शन बॉडी. I'll say I will have integer temp, right? I'll say pointer of num1 is equal to pointer of num2. I'll say pointer of num2 is equal to temp. This is the logic. Initially, I'll assign temp is equal to pointer of num. Initially, I'll assign num1 value to temp, num2 value into num1, temp is equal to this. Now, when I give a function call, let us say I have integer n1, 50, n2 as 30. I will give a function called swap numbers. अगर मैं सिर्फ n1 and n2 पास करूंगी तो क्या मेरा पॉइंटर डायरेक्टली वैल्यू लेता है क्या? नहीं. What is the capability of pointer? Pointer capability is to hold the address. So that's the reason while giving the function call, I have to pass the address compulsory. Since I'm passing the address, so I will say this concept is called as call by address, or some people say call by reference too. Let us just try to print the value of n1 and value of n2. n1 and n2. I'll just try to print here before swap, and these values are after swap. Let us compile this code and check it. Are my values are getting swapped in the main area? Means मैंने main activation record में data access किया with the help of pointer. That is what is the need of pointer. It is an indirect accession of data from function activation record of swap to the function activation record of main. This is called as passing by call by address or pass by address concept. Is it okay? Have you understood up to this point? Everyone. All right. So this was about the concept of pointer. We can say that a pointer is basically value, an address value which it can hold. We have seen how the compiler uses the memory to access the variable. Why do we go for pointer? And what do you mean by address and dereference and address operator? This is called as direction or reference or address operator. This is called as indirection or dereference or value at operator. Right? Size of pointer we have seen, that is it is max 4 bytes. We have seen some examples of pointer and some level of indirection. We have seen what is void pointer and a null pointer. When you create a void pointer and equate it to 0, that is called as null. Equate it to null, then that is called as null pointer. Then we have seen pointer and pointer arithmetic concept. Then we have seen pointer to the function, which is called as call by reference or call by address concept. Right? Now we will start with the concept which is called as array. Right? Any questions so far? quickly go through the code. If you have any queries, please ask. Call by reference is nothing but call by address only, Hardik. जब हम फंक्शन को कॉल करते हैं बाय पासिंग द एड्रेस साइन, एड्रेस ऑफ n1, एड्रेस ऑफ n2, तो उसको उस कंसेप्ट को बोलते हैं कॉल बाय रेफरेंस और कॉल बाय एड्रेस. Not fixed question, but you will definitely get, in case of pointers, you will definitely get the questions in CCAT. That's the reason you should understand how to draw a diagram. It will come with a practice, but you have to go for it. ऋषि, अगर मैं बोलती हूँ I have declared integer PTR, तो मैं सिर्फ n1 लिखूंगी, ऐसे चलेगा क्या? ऐसे चलेगा क्या? Yes or no, ऋषि? No. Why? Because what is my duty? It's my duty to define a pointer correctly. तो जब मैं integer pointer num1 लिखती हूँ फंक्शन के अंदर भी, तो मुझे कंपलसरी उसको एड्रेस पास करना पड़ेगा ना. समझ में आया? ठीक. Are you understanding the things properly? Everyone. It will store integer value. If you are writing pointer of type integer, so it will store. Look at the diagram, Rishi. जब मैंने यहाँ पे pointer variable लिखा है, it is not a normal variable, it's a pointer variable. Is it holding the address? Yes. Is it holding the value? No. It is basically pointing to that location and then fetching the value into it. इसलिए तो जब मैंने function call किया तो मैंने address pass किया ना, address of n1 and address of n2. Understood? Everyone. Good. Shall we go ahead? All right. Now I will explain you the next concept, which is called as 1D array. When you talk about 1D array, it is basically a continuous memory allocation. So for example, if I say I wish to go for integer n1, n2, n3, n4, n5. So I'm saying I'm declaring 5 variables in my program. If I say I have 10 variables, तो मुझे n1, n2, n10 तक लिखना पड़ेगा. But it is not feasible for me to define these many variables in my program. So what I'll go for, I will go for some contiguous memory allocation, which is called as one-dimensional array. So if I say here, I'm writing integer a of 5, maybe I'm assigning some values 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Or let me just assign 10, 40, 20, 50, and 60. You can give any value, not necessary in the ascending or descending order. This is basically called as an array of 5 integers. In this case, this is called as a data type. मेरा array integer data type का है. Here, this A is called as name of an array. Array name. This basically square brackets are used for indexing or subscript. जब मुझे pointer declare करना था, तब मैं variable के आगे asterisk लिख रही थी. So that was a compiler that was an indication given to the compiler that I'm using a integer pointer or any pointer. जब मैं किसी भी वेरिएबल के आगे स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट्स देती हूं, इट्स अ इंडिकेशन टू योर कंपाइलर दैट आई एम यूजिंग एन array where this square brackets indicates index or the you can say subscript. This 5 is mentioned, or this 5 is called as size of an array, and 10 to 60, these are called as array elements. As I'm saying, in case of array, I will receive continuous memory allocation. So I have declared array of 5. So assume this is my first element, this is my second element, right? This is the third element, and this is the fourth and fifth element. So what is the syntax, Pawan? It says that I must have a data type, space, name of an array, स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट्स में साइज ऑफ एन array, कर्ली ब्रैकेट्स में आप एलिमेंट स्पेसिफाई करो या नहीं करो, हम लोगों के ऊपर है. तो अगर नहीं करेंगे हम बाद में करेंगे. दिस इज हाउ इज द सिंटैक्स फॉर राइटिंग एन array. यहां तक समझ में आया? एवरीवन. Now, where I will say the first element is having the value 10, second element is having the value 40, third element is having the value 20, next element is having 50, next element is having 60. This will be treated as A of 0, that is 0th element. The array index always starts with a 0. This is A of 1, this is A of 2, this is A of 3, and this is A of 4. Total, how many elements I have defined for an array? 5 elements. हर एक एलिमेंट का कितना साइज रहेगा? हर एक एलिमेंट का कितना साइज रहेगा? 4, because it is of type integer. So can I say total memory allocation for this array will be 20 bytes? How? Because 5 elements of type integer. Do you all agree with this? Everyone. And if I try to allocate, I'm saying array is basically a contiguous memory allocation. So here, if I try to assign the address, पहले element को address मिलेगा 100, next element will receive 104, next element will receive 108. I'm assigning some base address for my purpose. 112, 108, 112, 116. It will end at 120. Is it okay? Now, whenever you are declaring an array, the base address is the first address. This is also called as the starting address of an array. The starting address, or this is called as base address of an array. Whenever you declare an array, at that point, this particular array will hold the name of an array, which is A. This will point to the memory location called as 1000. This is how it gets represented. Have you understood up to this point? Everyone, right? Now, if I say, can you please tell me what is A of 0? What you will give me? Answer as 10. A of 1, answer you will give me 40. A of 2, answer you will give me 20. A of 3, answer is 50. And A of 4, answer is 60. Similarly, if I ask you what is A of 0 ka address, so it will be 100. What will be address of A of 1? You will give me, I'm sorry, it's 100. This will be 104. This will be address of A of 2, which is giving me 108. This will be address of A of 3, which will be 112. And this will be address of A of 4, which is 116. Have you understood up to this point? Array is a contiguous memory location where can I say all the elements are sharing the same name, that is A. Also, if you talk about same name, will it be easy for me for the maintenance too? Yes. Next important point, very important, is name of an array always holds the base address. This is important. This is how your compiler treats. कभी भी मैं पूछूं कि A क्या है, name of an array, what does A holds? It holds the base address, that is nothing but 100. Means can I also say A अगर 100 ले रहा है तो can I say this is the address? Address के लिए लगता है pointer. So if I ask you, can you please give me value at A? Will you please give me value at A now? What will be value at A? It will be 10. Value at 100 is 10. Since inside an array, I am having a capability to fetch the base address. I can store that base address. I can fetch that base address with the help of pointer. That's the reason we say array can interchangeably work with the pointer concept. Suppose मैं अब आपको बोलती हूँ, can you please tell me what is A plus 1? That is 100 plus 1. 100 plus 1 मुझे क्या value देगा? 104. Do you remember few minutes back we have seen if I wish to perform address plus 1, it will observe the scale factor of that value and it will point to the next memory location. So if I ask you, can you please give me value at 100 plus 1? So you will say value at 104, which is nothing but 40. Are you understanding the scenario? Everyone? Similarly, right. Similarly, if I ask you what is A plus 2, will you give me 108? Yes. And if I ask you what is value at A plus 2, answer is 20. a plus 3, 1, 1, 2. Value at a plus 3 will be 50. A plus 4, will it give me answer as 116? And value at 116, a plus 4 is 60. So it means that, let us observe the first address of a of 0, this and this is the same. How can a cell hold in an array 4 byte? It is because for 1, it is of type integer. तो हर एक एलिमेंट को कितना बाइट्स का मेमोरी मिलेगा? 4 बाइट्स का मिलेगा. Similarly, can I say this and this both are coming as same? Yes or no, everyone? Right? So in this scenario, I will say this is called as array notation. This is called as pointer notation. तो हम array को array notation में भी represent कर सकते हैं. हम array को array notation में भी represent कर सकते हैं और हम array को pointer notation में भी represent कर सकते हैं. Both are the same. Can I say a of I is equal to pointer of a plus I? And can I say address of a of I is equal to a plus I? I can be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Look at the diagram. If you have any queries, please do ask. I have drawn a very clear diagram as an introduction to array. Any questions? Just a second. Just give me a moment. It is getting hanged somewhere. All right. I'll just share the screen once more. Yeah. The chat box was not giving me was not getting reflected. Okay. Last point, please. Okay. Can you observe this array notation? A of 0, which is pointer of a of, which is 10. A of 1, I've got it as 40. So a plus 1 भी मुझे 40 मिला. But इसमें से this was my array notation and this is my pointer notation. तो can I conclude, अगर मैं a of 0 की जगह पे I बोलती हूँ, तो a of I is exactly equal to pointer of a plus I, whereas this is my array notation and this is my pointer notation. आप समझ में आया? Okay, ठीक है. Similarly, address of a of 0 and a, उसने मुझे same ही value दिया. तो अगर मैं 0 बोलती हूँ, तो a plus 0 will give me a. अगर मैं 1 बोलती हूँ, तो address of a of 1 is equal to a plus 1 and so on and so forth. Okay. Did you all get it up to this point? Any questions? Okay. Shall we write the program for the same? Okay. So, just a second. We will go step by step. First of all, I'll declare one array of 5 elements. Let us say I'm assigning, जो हमने इधर ही assign किया 10, 40, 20, 50, 60. ठीक है. 10, 40, 20, 50, 60. Let me first, yes, a of I is array notation. I'll just try to say integer I. I'll say for I equal to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus. For loop क्यों लगाया? Because मुझे array of 0, array of 1, array of 2 up to array of 4 तक print करना है. So %d, comma a of I. Let us observe, will it print a of 0, a of 1, a of 2 up to a of 4? Is it displaying the same details which are there in my array? We will go gradually ahead. Just focus now for next 10-15 minutes. Now, if I want to print address, I'll say at %u. Can I write address of A of I? Let us compile and check. Am I getting 616, 620, 624, 628, 6632? Am I getting contiguous memory allocation or continuous memory allocation? Right? A of 0 at this location. Right? Let us say I'm trying to print %d size of array A. I'll just print it on to the next line by printing the size. कितने elements assign किए हैं? 5 elements and 4 of each. Am I getting size as 20? Everyone. Very good. Let me go ahead. If I write printf, मैंने कहा name of an array holds the address. Address print करने के लिए I need to print %u. So let us observe. Am I getting the base address as 616? Name of an array is first element address. What is my first element address? 616. Is it the same? Yes. यहाँ तक समझ में आया? Everyone. All right. I will go little ahead. Let us assume I'm writing integer main and I'll say integer array, which is having 4 elements. This is called as array declaration. I'm just assigning array of 0 को 11 value दे दो, array of 1 को आप 22 value दे दो. I'm writing for I equal to 0, I less than 4, I plus plus. Right? I just wish to print %d and comma array of I. Right? Now, I also want to print, I'll just declare one variable I as well. I also want to print the size of this array. Can you just give me the size of array ARR? Just a guess. Yes, every time you have to go for loop अथर्व, it is because आप हर टाइम ऐसा printf नहीं लिख सकते हो, printf %d, array of 0, printf %d, array of 1, printf %d, array of 2 and so on. Right? Now, in this case, it will give you size as 16 because मैंने allocation कितना किया है? 4 bytes का. मैंने सिर्फ 2 ही element को बाद में define किया है. Let us observe what are remaining values. Array of 0, 11. I've got 11. Array of 1, 22. I've got 22. Array of 2, I have got 0. Why I have got 0? The reason is I have initialized the array partially at the later stage. So remaining array elements are getting garbage values. समझ में आया? तो अगर आप array को सिर्फ declare करते हो और अगर आप array के elements को बाद में specify करते हो, at that moment your array will remaining elements will receive garbage value. Right? Similarly, just hold on. Let us say, now what I'll do, I will declare array along with few elements 1, 2 and 3 or 1 and 2 only. Now please observe, in this scenario, have I defined the elements on the same line partially? तो remaining elements को 0 value मिलता है. Size 16 ही आएगा. समझ में आया? If you declare an array, define the values at the later stage, partial values, remaining values will get garbage. If you define an array and you assign some values to it, remaining elements will receive 0 value. Is it okay? समझ में आया? Okay. Next, suppose I am saying I wish to go for array integer a. 0 is garbage or not? No, Hardik. 0 is default value. अगर आपने array को 2 ही elements pass किए हैं at the time of declaration, remaining elements receive by default value as 0. This is what I want to prove. Okay, Durga and Hardik. How it is possible, Durga, it is not going into the for loop? A array of 0 is 1. उसने 1 print किया. Array of 1, is it printing 2? Yes. Array of 3, उसके पास है ही नहीं तो उसने 0 print किया. Array of 4, उसने कुछ भी नहीं print किया तो 0 मिला. समझ में आया? It is going into the loop. Suppose I'm just writing array blank. Let us read the error now. Can you see it is giving array size is missing? So if you do not specify the size of an array before the compilation, it will give you compile time error. Okay. This is how, Akshay, the compiler is designed. This is how your compiler is designed. Okay. Now, suppose I'm saying I'm not specifying the size of an array, but I am mentioning here 10, 20, and 30. Now let us observe. Is it giving me error? No, because this is valid. If you do not mention the size, but if you mention the elements at the time of declaration, then it is absolutely fine for my array. Is it okay? Yes, you can add printf. Let me add printf and let me add size too, Hardik. My name of an array is A. Here I'm going up to 3 because I have 3 elements, and I'll print the size too. This is A. I have to declare I variable. Let's check Anirudh. Can you see 10, 20, 30 और आपके पास फोर्थ वैल्यू है ही नहीं, एरे की साइज 3 है, तो वो लास्ट वाली वैल्यू गार्बेज दिया, so यहाँ पे आपको 3 देना पड़ेगा. It will go from 0 to 3. Hope you have got your answer, Anirudh. Is it giving me size as 12? Yes. So it's the job of the programmer to specify the size properly. Okay. Now, let us say I'm writing main. I'm saying we have declared integer a of 5 may be having the value 11, 22, 33, 44, 55. If I say I wish to print a of 0, I should write %d. Everyone, do you all agree? Right. इसके बाद, if I say I wish to print pointer of a, what it should give me? Value. Can I use %t? Yes. अब इन दोनों का value मुझे क्या आएगा? It will be 11 and 11. समझ में आया? Right. Similarly, if I say I wish to print pointer of a plus 1, please observe I am giving brackets. Those are compulsory. I'm just writing %d and %d to avoid confusion. So a of 1 key value and a plus 1 key value. Let us compile and check. Am I getting 22 and 22? Is it okay? How pointer a is 11? Ashwini, please look at this diagram. A में क्या है? Base address, that is 100. Value at 100 is nothing but 10. This was a pointer notation. This was the array notation. Okay, Ashwini? Yes, Shrikant, hold on. Have patience. Tushar, what if elements are of more than size? And it will ignore. That's the reason we say the array is basically defining the size of array is the job of the programmer, the job of the developer. Okay. So it will not give you error. The reason is आपके हर एक प्रोग्राम में आपको कुछ ना कुछ स्टैक मेमोरी एलोकेशन मिलता ही है. तो अगर स्टैक में वो जगह आ गया तो वो एरर नहीं देगा. It will not give you compile time error, but it may give you a random behavior, maybe by printing some garbage values. Okay. Shall I proceed? If I ask you, can you please give me what is the value at a plus 2? Everyone, 33. Very good. All right. Next, that's what I have said. अगर आपने साइज 5 दिया है और एलिमेंट्स उसको 6 पास किए हैं तो कंपाइल टाइम एरर नहीं देगा, लेकिन वो आपका आउटपुट में गार्बेज वैल्यू प्रिंट करेगा या फिर आपके आउटपुट में वो वैल्यू भी प्रिंट कर सकता है. So it is the behavior that you cannot predict. So it's a job of the developer that you have to specify the array bounds. What is array bounds? That is size of an array. All right. Now I'm saying I wish to go for pointer of a plus 4. Can you just give a guess answer? What is pointer of a? What is pointer of a? Everyone. 11. 11 में अगर +4 किया तो क्या वैल्यू देगा? Obviously 15. Am I getting this? So the one who have asked me, if I write pointer of a +1, अब क्या वैल्यू देगा? 12. Let us check. Am I getting the 12 answer? So these brackets is having the most important feature. पहले brackets है तो bracket evaluate होता है, बाद में value fetch करता है. अगर bracket नहीं है तो वो bracket को पहले वो pointer of a+1 को fetch करेगा. If I ask you, please give me the value at pointer of a+1 plus 20. Guess the answer. Is it giving 42? How it is giving 42? Let us compile. A+1 plus 20. That means base address plus 1. Base address plus 1 means 22 plus 20. That is 42. अब समझ में आया कि array and pointer कैसे work होता है? Address plus 1 will take me to the next address. Value plus that some value will give me some value. Is it okay? This concept is called as array introduction. Quickly go through the code. If you have any problem, please ask. Arpit, can I say in a single program, suppose I have a main function, right? Return 0. Can I say I can write integer num and integer num twice? मैं ऐसा लिख सकती हूँ क्या? 2 बार? नहीं लिख सकती. क्या मैं लिख सकती हूँ क्या num of 5 and num? Obviously no, because ये तो confusion हो जाएगा ना compiler के लिए. ये same variable name है कि ये array है कि मैं name है, तो it is not allowed. Okay? ठीक. I have saved the code. Quickly go through the code. Yes, Amay, absolutely correct. All right. Shall I go a little ahead? Shall we go ahead? I wish to take input from the user. So I'll say return 0. I'll write integer a of 4, which is just declared. I'll say integer I. I'll ask from user, enter array elements. I'll say scanf and I'll say %d address of a of I. So I have to go for I equal to 0, I less than 4, I plus plus. क्या वो अब 4 elements का data मुझे ले देगा क्या? Right? Similarly, this will fetch the data and this will array elements are. I'll write a of I, and here instead of scanf, I will write printf. So first it will fetch the elements and then it will print the elements. Let us check the output. Somewhere I'm not closed. Line number 17. Okay, I've not given semicolon over here. Okay, let's compile it. Still it is giving error on this. Okay, here also I've not given semicolon. So enter the array elements 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it giving me user से input लेके those elements? जैसे हम एक single variable लेते थे तो हम address of that variable name बोलते थे. But यहाँ पे I'm writing address of a of I. That means I am trying to fetch the address of that particular 0th element and storing first value, address of second element and storing that value, and so on and so forth. समझ में आया? Everyone, is this topic is clear to you? All right. So this was about one-dimensional array. Maybe in tomorrow's class, I'll give you the introduction about array and function, and then we will see the concept of constants, right? I will stop the recording for the day, and we will just a second. So let us continue with the next concept, which is called by reference concept.